I'm going to be making prawn and salsa phyllo tarts, and they're really very simple to do. To make the phyllo tarts, you will need some Jus-Rol phyllo sheets and some butter. Now, phyllo pastry is very, very thin and already rolled out for you. And in one pack, you'll get a good 12 sheets. The important thing is to make sure it doesn't dry out. So place it on a piece of cling film, and then if for any reason I'm called away, you can just quickly cover it up and it will stay as fresh as when you first open the packet. To make the phyllo tarts, we need to cut the sheets into 4 squares each. And because I intend to use all this phyllo to make tarts eventually, then I'm going to cut all the sheets into 4. However, if you only wanted to make a few, you could take some of the sheets away, wrap it up in cling film so it's absolutely airtight, and pop it back in the fridge until you needed it. We then are going to brush it with melted butter. Now, phyllo pastry has virtually no fat, and so instead of using beaten egg to glaze, we just very, very lightly, and it is a light, butter brushing. Obviously, I've melted the butter first. If you don't want to use butter, you can use oil or ghee. And then all we do is to layer up these 4 squares just rather haphazardly so that the points stick out in any which way. So we've got a nice stack of 4 phyllo squares. Pick that up and then pop it into a muffin tin. And then you just tuck it down round the sides. You don't need to grease the muffin tin, and you don't need to weight down the pastry because it's not going to rise or do anything else. The nice thing is, because this pastry has very, very light, delicate flavour, it can be used with a flavouring in the brushing butter. So, for example, if you were doing something with salmon, you could put a little lemon or chopped chives in, or capers. So that's the last one, and it really is important these points all sit up or tumble over, all haphazardly, because that's going to give you a very pretty baked finish. So now these are ready to go into the oven. And phyllo pastry bakes at 180 degrees centigrade or 160 if you have a fan-assisted oven, gas mark 4. And they'll take about 10 to 12 minutes. It's very delicate and there's no filling, so you mustn't go far. So here are our beautiful phyllo tarts. And then, just before I fill them, I'm going to take them out and pop them on a cooling rack. Now, all I'm going to use to fill them are 2 ingredients. First of all, some ready-made salsa, a generous spoonful into the base of each of the little tartlet cases. And then I'm just popping on the top some lovely king-sized prawns. There we are. And then finally, just a little touch of parsley or coriander on the top. There you are, prawn and salsa phyllo tarts.